Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
This is one of those things that a lot of us take for granted, and we encounter these things every single day. I'm talking about design and architecture of the places we live and work in. And if it wasn't for this guy, there's be a lot of places that wouldn't exist right now. He's an accomplished and well-known architect in the New York metro area. And John Riggio joins us on the program. Hi, John. How you doing?
Good. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Doing great. Doing great. Today, we're going to dig into the technology that's used for architects nowadays to make the work easier, to make it easier to present it, but also on the other side, the client can really absorb what your design is based on all this technology.
Yes. Today I want to show you the new technology that I talked about, the 3D generated drawings. And I have something new where we're going to make a walkthrough through the house that is already 3D generated. And it's going to show all the rooms, furniture, and everything like that. And I have it on my webpage, so anyone can go online. They can take a look at it. And if they like it, of course, they can give me a call. This type of 3D rendering is usually part of a construction project, a design I would make. I usually don't just make renderings for people. It's usually part of the set of drawings, the design, and this way the owner can visualize the design that I'm giving them, and they can look at it, see that they really like it, and then we can go ahead with finalizing the job, and they could start construction on the project.
So at what stage do you do a 3D rendering? Is it common to do it for most projects or only certain ones? Or I guess if you charge the client or they ask for it?
Yes, only on certain jobs, usually a larger project, either new construction or major renovation. And usually after we finalize the design is when I usually make the rendering. This way they can take a last look at it, make any final changes. And they like to use that as a just like a check to see that they really like how the house is going to look. So that is where I make the 3D rendering. It's really at the end of the design process.
We're going to take a look at that in just a second, but kind of curious, how often when somebody's looking at the 3D rendering, do they make changes? Does it happen fairly often where they go through a room? It's like, oh, wait a minute. Nope, I want to move the staircase there or whatever it might be.
Usually they're just very small changes. By the time we finish the design phase, there are some small adjustments. People might rethink something, move a closet, door, slight adjustments, but usually they're just very small changes. And then also with the 3D rendering, they get an idea of the colors of the finishes of the house, the outside, the inside of the house, the different kind of floor surfaces, things like that. And this gives them a way to look at it and see if they want to make any adjustments to those type of things, to the texture of how the house is going to look.
Excellent. Let's take a look at that right now. Can we do that?
Okay, let me share this here.
By the way, if you want to check out this video that John's going to show us and some of the other portfolio and services, you can go to his website, johnriggio.com.
Okay, so here this is yes, johnriggio.com. This is the main page where you see the introduction here, and I have on the top of the screen it says home, portfolio, services, about, and contact information. And it just shows 3 projects, and it just explains here about my work in the local area. And so from here, we can go down to, say, portfolio. And from here, I'm showing different kinds of jobs, residential, commercial, retail, medical, industrial, public, landmark. And then at the bottom, I have here 3D computer renderings. This is just a small picture of one of them. And from here, you would just click on either the picture, and we'd go to the page that shows the renderings. Now, overall, the page is going to show some pre-made images of this house. Now, this is a brand new house. It's going to have superior wall foundations. It's all wood construction. A lot of things like I-joists and things like that are in this building. It has a curved rear wall for a very nice family room. And so that is the rendering pictures here. And now the walkthrough of that same house is right here. It's a 6-minute video. I'll just show it now. and it's gonna go through the whole house. We're entering into the front door here. So this is very good 3D software. Shows the different materials. There's the brick on the outside. You're seeing the wood flooring. And now in this video, you also see the different furniture, some basic furniture, so you get an idea of how the room looks.
Wow. How accurate is the rendering to what the final construction will look like? For example, you have looks like 6 panel doors there. Um, would you definitely be using those, or is that kind of like a decorative choice in the end?
Yes, the door is just like a standard door.
Okay.
They might use a slightly different door when it
Okay.
comes to installing it. That was a decision that a lot of times the contractor might talk to the owner about
Gotcha.
before they install it. There might be a price consideration with that also. But these are usual type. This kind of panel door, 6 doors, it's pretty standard today. A lot of that it's a composite door. Most doors are composite, and they're pre-molded to look like that anyway.
I like the paint job on the 6 panel doors, by the way. I never think to do that. You know, a lot of times we just put a semi-gloss over the entire door. It's white, done, finished. But that's a nice treatment. So in the other room that we looked at, I think it was a entertainment room or it was some kind of living room, and there was a number of windows in there. Is it always going to be the same number of windows? Is that's one of
Yes,
those definite designs. That doesn't change. That is
yes,
the design. Okay.
that's correct. Yes, all the window placements are to scale here.
Okay.
So they're going to match how they're going to look here. Yes,
Mm, beautiful, beautiful house. Was this is this a current project or was this house
yes, it
constructed?
is. Yes, this is a current project. It's just starting construction on this house.
Oh wow. Do you ever go to the job sites and take pictures as it goes along progresses?
Yes, I do.
Wow. Yeah. I would do the same thing. You would love to, get a feel for, the before, after, the progress of the project. So this is what are we looking at here? That
Because now we're going into the family room where you see the arched wall there with the windows. It's 2 stories in height. And
yep.
now the stair is going up alongside the family room. We're going to the second floor now. We're going to show all the different bedrooms.
Silly question, but I got to ask it because I'm curious. Are the number of risers in those stairs, let's say it's, I don't know, 15, whatever the number is, in this rendering, is that the actual number when constructed?
Yes, yes, it is.
And reason I ask that, John, is just to see the level of detail when you get to the 3D rendering.
Yes, it is. Everything is to scale, so it is the same number of risers and treads.
So cool. Wow.
So this is showing the entrance here. Here's the bedroom, and then we just walk over there through where the hallway is.
Hmm. Wow. How many bedrooms in this house?
I'd have to look, but I think it is 5.
Okay. Wow. Amazing how detailed it is. And what a difference to see it with furniture.
Yes, this rendering has all the furniture. There's window treatments on there. It's very detailed.
And again, the furniture is a staging, if you will. It's not, somebody can put up whatever furniture they want in there, but this is kind of an idea of what you could do.
Yes, you just get an idea of how it's going to look. Now, this here, walking through the lobby here.
So I just saw the stairs and interesting thought. Um,
This is the washroom. The washroom on the second floor. Everyone likes the washroom on the second floor today.
oh, wow.
They didn't want to bother too much with the washroom in the cellar anymore. We had extra space on the second floor to put the washroom, so you don't have to walk all the way downstairs.
I'm only going to say one thing that I had that in my first house, which was a townhouse. and on the second floor, and it leaked. So one day I was going to work, and it was about, I worked afternoons that time, and I was leaving at about 11 o'clock in the morning. And I walked through the living room, and out of the lighting fixture was a waterfall. And yeah, one of the reasons for that was the drainage wasn't good. And the only remedy on that, you can't redo it at that point. So I wound up having a metal pan fabricated with walls on the sheet metal about that high, maybe like 7, 6 inches, whatever, all around it with a water alarm. And I only used
Wow.
the washing machine when I was home, and that would give me time if it were to overflow again. Never did, of course. Uh, that was the only remedy at that
Yes.
time. Um, I'm sure you take provisions to make sure that that's not going to happen. That the drainage, there'll be a way for the water to get out.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard too many problems like that on the second floor. That's the
Yeah.
first time I've heard of someone really having a machine leak over and things like that.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is the builder of that townhouse and the entire complex. How can I say this? Didn't use the best construction techniques, and bedrooms were cold. I remember my daughter at the time was a baby, and it was always cold facing the north side. And I went and did had thermography done and shot the walls, and came to learn there was no insulation in those walls.
Yes.
And by the way, this builder was also a car dealer, had a car dealership or two, and got caught by the federal government for not doing the right thing with the dealership. I forget what the whole deal was. Did jail time for that. I not for the construction issues, but yeah, he got caught eventually. So, don't do the right thing, you get caught.
Oh, wow.
Looking at the stairs, I know somebody that does I don't know what it's called, but it's wire in between, as
Yes.
opposed to having, wood slats. Interesting look. Have you seen that? Is that getting more popular now?
It's usually used in commercial construction, but yes, I've seen those. Yes, they have wire in between them. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, commercial construction, or you might see it balconies of hotels and things like that to not obstruct your view. However, I've seen it in a few houses, and it's just kind of cool, like a different feel to it.
Yes. Yeah, they usually have like certain different options for like a handrail
Hmm.
and the balusters and everything. And yeah, they have those. I've seen them around. A lot of times they're used in commercial applications.
And usually the wire is horizontal, pulled across, but the guy, and actually in the building I'm in, he does that. There's a company connected to a company that does that. He told me that, yeah, you can also have it done like you have it, but with wire. The only difference is way more expensive, because now you have individual panels, whereby if it's horizontal, the one piece of wire goes across, a bunch of panels.
Yes, yes.
Just a different look. This is spectacular. Looking at this, wow, like just a striking home. And now, okay, so this is the view of the windows that we talked about before that were in the living room from upstairs.
Yes, these windows are the ones shown here. If you look down here, you see in the rear of the house is a family room, and there's a curved wall. It's 2 stories high and has these long windows.
Wow. Oh,
That's
wow.
that's what we're seeing here in this video. We're looking from the second floor hallway over the railing, and it's showing the curved wall with the windows.
Wow. Yeah, very nice. Did they ask for that, the homeowners, or did you kind of do that and show it to them and they liked it?
Yeah, they wanted to see like a walkthrough and outside of the house, inside of the house. Yeah, they wanted to see all kinds of different pictures of the 3D rendering.
Ah, amazing. So for start to finish, to get to the rendering part of this project, start with the plans, you work along, maybe with some suggestions from the homeowner, you get to the 3D rendering. What's the time frame typically for something like that?
Yes, depends on the size of the project, but usually I would start off with the initial design, and I would take maybe 2 weeks. And then from there, we would go work on the design. The work on the design depends on how long they really want to to go over it, make revisions, see what they like in the design, and that could take maybe another month's time. Then after that is finalized, I would then make the 3D rendering, and I'd also start the construction drawings. And the construction drawings is usually like 6 weeks. That's the standard time. It's usually 6 weeks for that time. Then after that is finished, on a larger job, there's all kinds of engineering drawings. The drawings have to get sent over to the engineer. I get them back. Everything is coordinated, and then they can go apply for their permit, which usually takes a minimum of 3 weeks or more. And from there, they can start the construction of the job.
Talking with John Riggio, architect. You can find him at johnriggio.com, Riggio. What's your favorite aspect of the project, John? Is it when you get to the 3D aspect where you get to, have a little fun with that? What do you like the most when you start a project?
I think the best part of the project is when I think everyone sees that the house design looks really good, and they all like it, and then the neighbors start calling, and they say, "Wow, I like that house. I want to build something just like it." So it's really like during construction of the house, I really get a lot of feedback that they really like the design, and they all start calling. I think I have one here. I have a showcase of new 2-family house, and this what I did is here is I show the different phases of the construction of the house. This is a 5,000 square foot house here in central New Jersey, and it shows here the foundation. This one, it was a standard port foundation, and it shows the wood framing here. Then it shows here more wood framing as the construction progresses. Then they're starting to finish it. You see the bathroom, the tile work, painting the walls. You see they have the lighting, recessed lighting in place. You see they have the balcony in the rear of the house looks good. And then over here they have more pictures of the house here. You see this, you see the windows, the Pella windows are in place. They have the washroom. This washroom has a custom countertop here with a sink. And that door goes out to this balcony over here. Then this one shows this bathroom has very nice tile work on it, and with glass shower doors. Then this here is showing some of those double height spaces. This is showing the entrance space with arch window, very nice chandelier here with wood on the handrail. And you see with this, the balusters, they went with like an iron baluster.
Yeah.
Instead of wood. Then this here, this is like the next one here is the kitchen, which has like island and stool seating, and has like the family room with the fireplace. And that's what's over here. This is the family room with the fireplace, couple windows here. This is showing a picture from the family room towards the entrance of the house. And then over around the corner this is their room. It's a prayer room. And then this here is some more pictures during the construction. The kitchen with the kitchen island shows the 2 pendant lights, have the Pella windows in there, and the different cabinets. This here is another photo showing the kitchen area from across the room. Then this here I show some other construction things. This is in the cellar. This has a very large 6-inch steel columns, has a main steel beam in this house. It's very large. And this is showing some of the different types of things we have here. We have a electric hot water heater. This is new. It's high efficiency.
Yep.
And the electrical panels, the mechanical system, 98% efficient air system. And this is showing the cellar with the large open space here. Then this house also has a half story, as an attic, and it's showing here the spray insulation. So this here has a lot of technology, and it has a spray insulation on it. You see it's in between the roof rafters, and you see the mechanical system is split. We have one unit in the attic and one unit in the cellar that I had already shown there, and that's what's shown here in this picture. Now this is a picture showing the whole attic from one end to the other with the stair in the middle. Then this is showing some exterior photographs. This is the rear of the house here. And we have the balcony here. We have the steps coming out from the family room. This is the 2-car garage where it has it's pointed on the side of the house. So the driveway is a circular driveway, and then you go around to the 2-car garage. Then this is another picture of the rear of the house.
Mm.
And then this here shows some pictures of the front of the house here. This is some finished pictures. This showing it's a large structure. You see it's a very large, 35 feet in height. It has brick on the front of the house. It has those 3-part panel windows in here with the arch window in the front. This is very nice brickwork. And then you see over here it has this circular driveway with the steps going up to the front entrance. So this is really like I call it a showcase of the house, so you can really get an idea of from start to finish of the construction.
Wow. Yeah, super exciting. Even just looking in that, I can't imagine being the homeowner and knowing that's my house being built.
Yes.
somebody living there. One thought, the hot water heater you showed before, the electric, what I had to replace one about 8 years ago. Yeah, about 8 years ago in the house that I was in before the one I just sold. And what a difference. That takes up so much less space, like literally this big on the wall. And that's what you showed there. But it's on demand. So when you turn the water on, that's when it heats the water and it goes through the heater. It worked great. The only negative I would say is that if you had a large tub that you're trying to fill up or a jacuzzi, which I had in that house, sometimes you couldn't heat it up fast enough, because you're moving a lot of water and trying to make that water hot. But your dishwasher, your washer, you go over to the sink and turn it on in 4 seconds, bam, it's up there, like over 100 degrees.
Yes. Yes, a lot of people like them. I like the idea that is really high efficiency. And this
Yeah.
is
Saves money too. Saves money on if you have a gas heater or even if you have electric one, it's that is electric, but so much smaller and gets the job done. Big house too.
yes. Yes.
What
And
about what about bathroom trends? We have like a minute or two left. Any trends that stand out for you in bathrooms what people are doing?
I think the bathrooms are about the same these days. A lot of people, they usually, for this kind of size project, we might want a whirlpool bathtub.
Okay.
It might not be 2'6" by 5 foot. It might be slightly larger. And the the shower stall, a lot of times people like a larger than 3x3 shower stall in this type of job. Maybe you come out to 3 foot by 5 foot will be a larger shower stall. Also, a lot of people like also an enclosed toilet room. If there's a room, we could put a partition around the toilet, sort of separate it so it's like its own little room within the master bath. And that's another item that is typical of what we're doing today with the design. And I think this bathroom, as you see, is very nice tile. This all ceramic tile. It is done very nice.
Very
Has all
pretty.
stone tops and everything.
Yeah.
So this is good.
Excellent. Just excellent work. Like just looking at all of this. Again, just looking at it is exciting.
I think that now this was more residential projects. I think these are some projects. Now this project on the top this project was very good. I have a lot of phone calls on this design. They were all calling for me, and I've been making more new ones in the area that look similar to this. This design is really very nice. They like this. This is another one that's completely gutted out and like brand new. This came out very nice with a white brick. It's like a stone brick on this house. This came out very good. And this also has the new insert fireplace instead of the old chimney. All they do is have a direct vent in here, and on this one they built like this little building just extending out from the wall, and so this is the new technology that's going on with the fireplace also.
Where does it vent?
It vents right in the middle. You see, there's like this little
Okay.
square vent right in the middle. The hot air will vent right out of there, and that's the new technology. So no more chimneys or anything. And usually also the mechanical system and the electric heater do not require any chimney anymore. So that the whole thing with the chimneys is usually over with unless you really want some kind of decorative wood fireplace. But
Right.
these are some more basic houses. I'm showing a variety of them. these are in different zones also. They're in different zones. And I'll just give a quick sampling of some houses.
Okay.
And this is another one which is typical of this is based off this first one
Yeah.
design, and this is a more recent one. This is another house that I have designed in a similar. It looks like a similar design. So this is another one in the area here.
I personally love that style of house, those two.
Yes,
What style is that? What do you call that?
this is really traditional. It's contemporary traditional style house.
Okay.
And this is this neighborhood is very similar to like Levittown, where it has a lot of Cape Cods. So this is really like a two-story conversion of that kind of house. So and that this is the style that I put on this particular house, and a lot of people like it. It looks pretty good.
It kind of drives me crazy. We're just about out of time here, but it drives me crazy when I pass by a house. Maybe it was built, I don't know, call it 30 years ago, 40, whatever, and it's just flat. There's no dimension to it. It's flat. And
Yes,
my last house was kind of like that, although there was a portico over the porch. It didn't even have shutters on it. And I know that, I see some of your designs doesn't have a shutter. I put them on there just to give it some depth because it was just flat and boring.
yes. This,
Fascinating.
especially on this first house that everyone likes, you see, I did a lot of setbacks here with the front entrance coming
Yes.
out of the front of the house. Then this pent of the roof comes around and wraps around here. Setbacks like 4 feet on the side. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like this. There's a lot of shade and shadow on here.
Yeah.
Has this pitch of a roof we did over the window.
Because
This-
it gives
this-
you visual interest and you don't need shutters because there's a lot of things going on, but sometimes you just need something to kick it up. John, fascinating pictures.
Yes.
I'm glad we did this. And even looking at the 3D rendering gives a better idea of how you do what you do. I want to tell everybody, johnriggio.com, Riggio.com. You're looking for a change to what you have, maybe a renovation or new construction, or even when it comes to business or commercial construction, reach out to John. He's been around. He knows his thing, and he's also a great tennis player too. I just happen to know that.
Yes,
John,
thank you.
thank you very much for being here, John. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was good talking to you.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.